Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I am super excited for this video because we have got some great games to talk about right here. This video is my divisional round picks. 32 teams entered this season with dreams of a Super Bowl championship. For 8 of those teams, that dream is still alive and well. The final 8, the divisional round this weekend. I am so pumped. We've got great games. 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. I think we've got a lot of talent that we're going to see. Should be very fun to watch them. I'm looking forward to it. You guys should be too. We had an interesting wild card weekend with 3 out of the 4 road teams winning. So we will see what happens in the divisional weekend. I've got my predictions ready. I think it's going to be a fun weekend and a fun rest of the postseason. Let's get started. First, we've got the Kansas City Chiefs hosting the Indianapolis Colts. This game is at 3:30 on Saturday on NBC, just so you know when and where to watch it. This is not your typical 1 versus 6 seed matchup, and I'll tell you that, because when you think of 1 versus 6 seed, you think of that super power elite team before that team that barely got in the playoffs. But this is not really what it is. Although the Colts had to win on Week 17 to get into the playoffs, they were hot coming down the stretch, and you can make an argument that they're the hottest team in the NFL right now because they won something like 10 out of their last 9 out of their last 10 because they were 1-5. And then finished 10-6. Won a playoff game on the road. Now they're gonna have a tough challenge. This is gonna be a very interesting game. Because look at we know who the Colts have: Andrew Luck, T.Y. Hilton, that great offensive line led by rookie Quentin Nelson out of Notre Dame. We know the Colts, but let's take a look at the Chiefs because we saw the Colts last week. The Chiefs we haven't seen in a few weeks, so let's just be reminded: Patrick Mahomes, potential MVP. Second-year quarterback, first-year starting. He's just a phenomenal player. He's been showcasing so much of his talent. No-look throws, deep balls, play action, you name it. He's probably done it or can do it. I like how Patrick Mahomes manages the game because I like how he performs with the play action. When I watch the Chiefs, I noticed that Patrick Mahomes likes to do this kind of play action deep ball thing where he kind of takes the ball, does almost like a sort of draw play where he does like a play action, kind of hangs the ball, fakes it to the running back, and then kind of does a quick deep throw to a receiver that's already downfield. And speaking of receivers that can throw downfield, Tyreek Hill is going to give the Colts some problems because he's a fast receiver and he's going to be a downfield threat for Patrick Mahomes as he's been all season. You look at Travis Kelce, the tight end. If he could stay healthy, he is one of the best tight ends. And I think Patrick Mahomes is a great quarterback. He's got the arm. He manages the game well. He can make those deep throws. As I said, operates well in the play action. And the Chiefs put up points. And that's where I'm going to get to this. The Colts played great against Houston. They scored 21 points in the first half. But here's the catch. They didn't score in the second half at all. Now, granted, they won the game by 14 points. But that's the thing. You're not getting the Houston Texans. You're getting the Kansas City Chiefs. You're getting the 1 seed. You're getting the best team in the AFC in the regular season. Because the Chiefs put up points. A lot. So I think this game is really going to come down to time of possession. And I think although the Chiefs have a weaker defense, I think they'll just be able to limit Andrew Luck enough and allow Patrick Mahomes to hit his receivers and all those great weapons he has and ultimately win the game by a score of, wait for it, my TV always glitches out on me when I do this. It's going to be a high-scoring one, as will many of the games this weekend. But I've got Kansas City finally getting that big playoff win that they've been searching for in years past. They've had some heartbreaking losses at home in recent years. They're going to beat the Colts 34-24 and stay put for a week and then host the AFC title game. Later that night, the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Los Angeles Rams in LA. This should be an interesting one. The Cowboys played well overall against the Seahawks, beating them 24-22 in the wild card round. This game is Saturday night. I think it's like 7:15 or something. Believe it's on Fox. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Should be an interesting one because you look at. I feel like Dak Prescott is generally one of the more, not like hated, but he just gets a bad rap. I don't know why that is, but he just does. But truthfully, I think part of that is because he has this star on his helmet. I really do. I just don't know if it's because they won so many Super Bowls in the 90s or I don't know why. I just feel like the Cowboys get a bad rap. I mean, they played well in that Seahawks game. Dak Prescott shined bright in a big moment when they needed him to. But then you look at this Rams team. Sean McVay, a great young coach, offensive-minded. Jared Goff, he's got weapons. He's got Todd Gurley, and that running back matchup's going to be key. I think Ezekiel Elliott and Todd Gurley are both going to have big games, but I think Todd Gurley will do a little bit more. But you look at the guys Jared Goff has, split by speedster Brandon Cooks. I think he'll have a big game. The Rams have a solid offense, decent offensive line. I think this will be a very close game, but I think the Rams, although some people are, obviously the Rams are probably the favorite at home, being the higher seed and having a first-round bye, but Dallas fans travel well, and Rams fans don't always fill up that stadium. So, just being honest, I don't know how great that home field advantage is going to be in that game. So, as my TV's loading again, there we go. I think Jared Goff will outduel Dak Prescott late in the fourth quarter of this game. Whatever team wins the fourth quarter is going to win this game, and I think that team is going to be the Rams, and they beat Dallas in a very close game decided by a field goal, 23-20. The Dallas Cowboys have impressed me, but we saw what the Rams did for the first half of the season. We saw how high they could go. We saw their ceiling. We saw the best Rams team. I think we'll see it close enough to that to allow the Rams to go to the NFC title game and win their first playoff game under Sean McVay. Now the Sunday games. I'll say it right now. We've got tons of good games this week, I should say. But I think this is the game of the weekend, number one, that I think will be the most fun to watch. This is the game of the week. And it possibly could be the game of the playoffs just because you look at these two teams. Patriots have been great at home this year. The Chargers have been great on the road this year. But one of those things they're going to have to give because they are meeting Sunday at 12 on CBS in the playoffs. The two-seeded 11-5 Patriots, that probably sounds horrible to Patriots fans because they're so used to being something along the lines of 13-3 one seed. But nope, the Patriots are a two-seed this year. They do have the first round bye. The Chargers, they have had to have that us against the world mentality for so long because they've had to play a road game in the playoffs, going on the road again. Going on the road again. So they have to have that us against the world mentality. And their home field advantage isn't great in that small stadium. So this is going to be a really fun one. I think it's going to be back and forth. Two great offenses, two great teams, two great coaches. You look at Bill Belichick. Obviously, we know his story. I don't need to explain it. Legendary Patriots head coach, all the Super Bowls and stuff. I don't even need to waste my time talking about it because you all know. But Anthony Lynn, second-year head coach for the Chargers, leading the Chargers to a 12-4 record. And as I said, they've had to have that us against the world mentality. They've had to go to London. They've had to have more road fans at their home games than Charger fans. But so I think there's three coaches that I think are legitimate contenders for Coach of the Year. That being Matt Nagy of the Bears, Anthony Lynn of the Chargers, and Frank Reich of the Colts. There could be some others in there, fourth or fifth options, but I think those are the three front runners right now, if you ask me. This will be a very close one, but it's ultimately going to be decided, as so many playoff games are, who can win the fourth quarter. And I think Patriots quarterback Tom Brady knows a thing or two about winning in the fourth quarter. The Patriots' home crowd is going to give him energy. The Patriots have good running backs. James White, Sony Michel helps take some pressure off of Brady, but I think Brady shines in these moments. Not saying Rivers doesn't, but in a absolutely thrilling matchup that'll be fun to watch. The Patriots beat the Chargers 35-31. The Chargers might be leading for most of the game, but they might have also fall victim to Tom Brady's fourth quarter comebacks because he just got a knack. That team's just got a knack for those fourth quarter comebacks. In an absolutely thrilling matchup, the Patriots advance to the AFC Championship again, as they always have done in recent years, winning 35-31 and sending the Chargers home. But I think this is going to be, they're going to lose on Sunday, but it's going to be an incredible season. They've had to have that us against the world mentality. They're finally healthy. And, I think even though these Chargers, I think they're going to lose, I think they could be back next year for sure. And maybe in a better position. All right, by the way, 12 o'clock on CBS for that game, Sunday. And Sunday afternoon, I think it's like 3:40 on Sunday maybe. I forget is this channel? Is this Fox 2? I don't know, but 3:40 on Sunday. Flip through your channels, you'll find it eventually. I forgot the channel. Wait, actually, you know what? I'll find a few. Saints versus Eagles.
The Eagles meet the Saints.
Okay, that game is on Fox. So, yes, 3:40 p.m. Sunday at Fox. Okay. The Eagles, Nick Foles is a great quarterback and Super Bowl MVP, all that, but Nick Foles didn't win that game on Sunday. Sunday. Say whatever you want about the missed kick. It was ruled a block by the NFL. I'm really not going to get into that because I know you've all heard a lot about that, seen the memes, seen the celebrity reaction, seen the press. I know you've seen all that, so I'm not going to talk about that. If you have any questions on how I viewed it, leave them below in the comments. Is any football related questions? Always leave them below in the comments. But you know what? I'm not saying the Eagles don't deserve to be here, but they are one of the luckier teams in the NFL. But as I said, they won a playoff game on the road in a tough environment against the best defense in the NFL. They're here. Time to move on from the wild card round. Let's take a look. I love to go position by position. Quarterback, advantage Saints. Running back, advantage Saints. Wide receivers, Drew Brees is able to make these guys that we've never heard of into great players. Because it's like, Drew Brees throws and it's caught by blank for a touchdown. And you're like, who? But that's the point. Drew Brees makes the players around him better. He's got the best running back tandem in the NFL. So many offensive weapons. I think the defenses are both pretty good, but the offense is just too good for the Eagles to handle this season. Look what the Saints did to the Eagles earlier in the year. They beat them 48-7. Sure, the Eagles had Carson Wentz, but come on. 48-7. Like, wow. Like, that's just like the blowout of blowouts. Drew Brees is a great quarterback. He's getting his chance. The Saints will win in the divisional round, and this is just going to be one where the Eagles are hanging in there, in the first half, but then eventually Drew Brees and that offense just become too much for that beat-up secondary to handle. Although they did a good job defensively against the Bears, I think the Saints are going to do too much, put up a load of points, and ultimately win this game 40-22, and I think the Saints are hosting the NFC Championship. So that's about it for my picks. I've got all 4 home teams winning this game. It's this week. It's not only home field advantage helps, but it's not only because of that. I think that getting a first-round bye is so helpful. It helps you rest, helps you give another week to game plan, and as soon as wild card weekend ends, you can just say, okay, I have a whole week to game plan, and I'm just going to scroll through my score predictions one more time. Should be good ones. I think we're going to have a very high-scoring divisional round weekend. It's one of the best weekends in the NFL because it's those final 8 teams. We're getting close, and we will see who goes to the AFC and NFC championships. In my opinion, we're going to see Patriots at Chiefs AFC Championship and Rams at Saints NFC Championship. But as I speak right now, there's still 8 teams left, and the 8 have a very good shot to win the Super Bowl. We'll see what happens. As always, feel free to leave your thoughts, comments, predictions, anything football related down below. Your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on my predictions, whether you think I'm a genius or whether you disagree with every single one of my picks. I'm more than happy to hear your opinion and get back to you. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good rest of your day and enjoy the divisional round. It's going to be good. Thank you, guys.